of 7.32 that Talon's really going to have to try and pull something out of the bag, because it felt like their Dawnbreaker was kind of one of their best strats, and it just really didn't work out for them.
I honestly don't hate them opening with the Dawnbreaker. It was pretty much everything after that I wasn't the biggest fan
why
of.
is it pause 1 again? Like, it's not that much of a gotcha. And the Enigma was not this like big solution to the draft either. So I'm fine with them picking it, but yeah, just
again, they could play it 1, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But they just threw it to 1 because why? Not exactly certain.
yeah, because the supports that they got, I mean, you keep harping on the Bane pick, right? But the Bane didn't really get an opportunity to do a whole lot that game. I get kind of the idea of like, okay, we want the Bane to be running around, setting up pickoffs, get the Solar Guardian coming in, but by that point they had already kind of locked in where the Dawn was going, and it didn't feel like they got enough from having the flex. It didn't end up being a flex really at all.
Yeah, I mean, if this is what you said, I think Lyrical said it during the game, like, you've gone second pick and you lost the draft.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be happening, ever. And it felt like with the Dawnbreaker, they had the potential, once they saw the Ember Spirit, to say, okay, Dawnbreaker mid, not a bad matchup at all. You've got really high right-click damage, you can abuse the Ember Spirit in that early stage. You would put perhaps the Pango into the Razor lane, which is fine. You could use the Swashbuckle to get away from the static link, and then you just pick a different position one that's actually going to be able to carry the game. It's a little bit more durable and can want to frontline a bit more, maybe.
Yeah, we were thinking and trying to come up with like, oh, what's the position one here, and Secret had left the draft in kind of a state where it was.
And Secret
it
were
was a
banning
little
plus one
tricky.
heroes as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
They thought
Like
it was
the,
a plus one.
the final bans coming from Secret with the
Morphling
Morphling ban.
Bloodseeker?
Morphling Bloodseeker, yeah, with the final two bans. So I think, Secret put themselves in a really good spot that last pick overall really wasn't going to kind of blow them out of the water. And I mean, at the end of the draft, it definitely did not blow them out of the water. But either way, still got a few minutes to try and rectify some of their mistakes here. Do Talon. On the other side of this short break, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have game number 2 between Secret and Talon. Talon looking to try and even up this series and try and force some tiebreakers, but Secret, they want the 2-0.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Go break the rules that you do. start spending money just as soon as I make it. Even with the drama, little mama, my favorite. She come with finesse and stutter steps, everything fresh to the death. She ain't got a flex, she just say less. Come correct her, don't come at all. That could done it all, run it all, window to the wall. Every time she call, it's a mission. It gon' be a trip, pay attention. I ain't even mad, she different. Just like sunlight in the distance, a little out of reach, ready made for the way. Cause the life is a beach, at least it's a mutual arrangement. If I'm being honest with myself, I wouldn't change it. Every time I'm with her, it's a mini vacation. Lose track of time like daylight savings. She be in the right place, always at the right time. Looking like a dream worth chasing. In my place, and me in the nighttime. Trying to come through, and I say, okay, okay, okay. What else I'ma say? Sucker for a pretty face, okay, okay. And she always get away when I say, I say what you have, she say what you got. I say what you need, she say what you want. I say what you on, she just say a lie. She could have the whole world on a string in a pocket. Stage dive with it in a mosh pit. Everybody watching, she don't care a gossip. She stirred the pot, cause she just a little toxic. She know
We're getting into the climax of Group A here with Team Secret and Talon going head-to-head in the final game of their best of two. Team Secret got game number 1 in the books, and now they're looking to secure it once again. Unfortunately for Talon, not really much to play for right now. It is all about pride, I think, for this final game. Mathematically, they are eliminated from ESL One Malaysia after this game. So, I think with this, try something. Go back
Time to meme. Let's go.
Time to meme. Time to do something. Trying to figure out stuff going in towards, you know, the end of the year. TI qualifiers for Talon as well. They still need to figure out a few things, and getting a, you know, competitive scrim up against Team Secret. I mean, I'm not going to say no to it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm sure they're going to be sticking around afterwards as well, just to have any chances to be able to scrim against a lot of these other teams, specifically from the other regions. So they're just going to start out with something, again, one of those lane dominators that we were talking about, the Queen of Pain.
And the immediate response
Flying
is
Lena.
Okay, this is
pause champ.
Different.
Okay.
Sven, okay.
Secret still have stuff to play for, though,
True.
right? They can't
100%.
just rest on their laurels. Otherwise, I think there's that threat of them being those
Right.
1v1 tiebreakers, assuming Entity beats Asta.
Yeah, if Entity
Yes.
2-0, there's going to be tiebreakers between Asta and Team Secret if this goes 1-1. But I'm not quite sure if it falls down to the 1v1 tiebreakers.
We'll see. We'll see. But just, you got to win.
Just
Simple.
win. Just win. I mean,
So
that's
simple.
that's how you get money in a tournament, right? You just win.
Yeah, the ones that win more get more money.
It's pretty simple.
Mhm.
Pretty simple equation. Either way, starting out here with the Queen of Pain, I like this opener coming in from Talon. It is one of those heroes that seems like it is the lane dominators that we're talking about in the mid lane, right? Really starting to come back to prevalence and is able to make moves around the map and really kind of be aggressive and be a bit assertive for Talon.
Already this draft feels so much better
Yep.
for Talon. Like, yeah, the Lena is a reasonable response to the Queen of Pain in lane. You're just going to be able to outrange her. You don't feel quite so bad. But you've got a Clockwork, one of the best rotators in the game. Lena, no escape spells, so you're going to be able to, as long as you're playing around vision effectively, look to bait in the Lena. Look to make sure that the Clockwork makes that solid rotation and find some pickoffs, because that's exactly what Talon are going to be hoping to do.
Yeah, dominate the runes. You know, give the Queen of Pain that little bit of extra advantage. The Lena is not representing really, well, maybe a little bit of flex in the draft. I don't think I really like support Lena
No.
at all. Puppy did play a Sven though, right? I think. So
Yeah, I'm expecting this to be a 5.
It could be 4-5 still. But
Well, did
yeah.
you just get the recent buffs to Warcry once again, and we already saw what Entity were able to do with it. So
I'm expecting it just because Lena is one of those squishier heroes, you know, doesn't love to build into the armor, so something like the Warcry, especially with a Shard, provides you with a whole lot more survivability. So yeah, I'm expecting it. Something like Drum's Shard on the Sven, if it's a support, feels really solid.
Are you surprised at all not to see the Batrider just yet? I mean, I guess the Queen of Pain is already a little bit of like the laning matchup is fine, so you're maybe not getting the flex.
I think you don't necessarily care about the flex anymore, right? If you've picked a Sven with it, it feels incredibly strong in the laning stage, right? It enables you to dive so much more effectively with that Warcry, not just for the armor, but for the extra movement speed too. So you can just end up running people down. So maybe they're just waiting to see if Talon forget about it and pick a really immobile position 1, and then they'll look to try and punish it.
Yeah, it is a good point that kind of like countering Batrider is not so much about dominating him in the lane as it's not getting dominated yourself, right? Having some kind of dispel for the sticky. So we still just have kind of meme push being banned out by Talon here. We got Beastmaster and we've got the Visage.
We're not going to get the Slom.
No Slom.
It's
I'm
Matt.
sorry,
You need to
Matt.
let it go, bro. It's bad. It's bad.
We'll see.
Only
about
time will
from
tell.
what we've seen, it
TI
does not look
Grand
good.
Finals, Game 5, the Slom is going to win Talon the entire TI.
I can imagine if it busts out in a Game 5 of the Grand Finals of TI, this is just going to be this drums that Matt's going to send me at ridiculous time.
I think they just want to... They want to be a bit more passive. Obviously, the bans say that, right? But if they're still going to pick up this Batrider, I mean, look at the bans on Secret's side. They've gotten rid of the Faceless Void, one of the reasonable responses to the Bat. Time Walk obviously feels nice. Time Dilation feels really nice just to slow him down. Even just in the Chronosphere, you are incredibly squishy. So I like the fact that both teams are kind of reading each other a little bit better. This time around, though, Secret have that second pick, so they're going to be able to dictate the later stages. And that's why I was such a big fan of the Clockwork, because I feel like it is one of those things that, again, it's a solid laner, that BKB piercing disable, and it has the greater potential to win you another lane as well with that mid-rotation.
And you just don't want to be playing into 5-man in general as Clockwork, right? If the enemy team is just a death ball lineup, and especially if you're a support Clockwork, you're just going to go hook in and just going to die.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really going to accomplish anything. You really want to be that, you know, you want to have the option of your cores kind of constantly shoving side lanes, keep the enemy team split up a little bit so the Clockwork can really do his thing.
They could still dawn on Talon, to be honest, and
they could.
I wouldn't be
bad.
sad.
Yeah.
You know, at least now you've got slows from both Clock as well as the Queen of Pain. You've got the Cogs. You've got Hookshot to enable it. They do end up banning the Batrider in Secret, actually, something a little bit unexpected. It's not really a KP hero. Oh,
I was
going
going to
Okay.
ask, are we going to get the Zayat's techies
Nice.
here, or is it going to be something different here? I really like the lanes that they put up with Zayats on the techies as well. They played it with the Mars recently. Was extremely strong. They had a Batrider lane
just drop
as
the
well.
arena and then
Yeah.
blast off into it.
And the way that Zayats plays his techies as well is it feels like he just chokes out the map for them as well and just plays extremely fast paced, making that rotation early on with the shard towards the mid lane.
I could even see something simple like just the DK off lane here, right? Just the kind of front line, the stun sets up really nicely for the techies to do his thing, and it gives them a little bit of that push that maybe Talon have been worried about up until this point. There are plenty of Rezo heroes banned out, so we are going to have to dip a little deeper into his hero pool, but he's still got plenty of stuff left.
For those of you playing along at home as well, the one missing ban is Bane, just for everyone at home as well, because we are
Oh, right.
we're
okay.
watching
elusive.
in-game as well,
Yeah.
so we get to see a little bit of the extra information that is Bane that was banned out from Team Secret, so no more of that for Hyde. What are we thinking now, though? Is this going to be a Q Clockwork? We're looking for the Hyde hero right now. Is there anything that kind of comes to mind when you're dealing with the techies right now? Do you want to have that range hero that can kind of clear those mines? Those ulti mines are next to impossible to kill for half the position 5s that are ranged, so...
Yeah, I feel like he's not going to just lay them down anywhere as well, right?
Yep.
They're going to be in trees, so by the time they pop off, it's going to be a little bit too late. What I'm looking to deal with is, I think you just need to all in on this Lina. Yeah, I like that. I think they just need to make sure Lina doesn't have a game, because I'm still assuming that these are the two supports, the Sven and the techies. So right now, all you can really respond to that's going to truly influence the game is the core that's been picked up. I feel like you've done that reasonably with a Clockwork, and the Dawnbreaker just goes a little bit
You're
further
saying
into
supports
that.
have no impact?
Not no impact, but they're not going to win you the game.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, support?
Is it? Yeah. Is it like?
Invoker?
Is it?
Offlane KP Queen of Pain?
I don't know.
I think Savage has played the one Quap a couple of times as well.
Okay. An interesting idea.
I don't
But
know. I'm a little
I
stumped.
mean, it's not really getting them a better matchup against the Lina necessarily, unless you're really going to be playing just to pressure the Lina. Like, you're planning on, okay, Clockwork's just constantly going to be coming into this lane. We're going to Cold Snap Tornado. Clockwork's going to walk up, and we're just going to kill the Lina over and over and
That's
over
all I
again.
can think of. And again, eventually into the Sunstrike. That's a pretty good Lycan pick.
This is quite a good Lycan pick.
Yeah. And it's not like you can puck anymore either. Obviously, picking two mid laners already
Yeah.
doesn't feel super great. I mean, Bloodseeker, I assume, is going to be one of the heroes that's banned out. Sven's just going to want to run at you. Lycan wants to run at you. You could Mars, I suppose, just to be able to, you know, Lycan doesn't love buying the BKB super early on. It means that Lina's not going to be dealing any right-click damage. You can't blast off inside of the arena either.
Right. So in that situation, it's the pause one,
Queen
Quap
of
support
Pain.
Dawn, and then you have the
You know what?
offlane for KP.
Just throw a few coins and see which one
yeah,
lands up, you know?
just name some heroes. Yeah.
So they're just going down the list. All right, what hero do you land on? Random. Okay, it is Invoker.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. All right, so in all seriousness, what do Secret need? Because I feel like they've got the right click sorted, they've got their survivability sorted, their push is pretty good. Team fight might be a little bit lacking, you know, that reliable way to start a team fight, let's say, until Lina at least has, you know, you get a Blink Dagger on the Sven, or Lina has like a Shadow Blade if you wanted to go down that route. So I still think they need that early engager when Leica doesn't have the shapeshift, because they don't have the longest cooldowns on Talon. They can still look to play pretty active around that timing.
Though the read from Talon is quite different, right? Because they ban at the DK. So they're not even necessarily thinking that it's... I mean, I guess it could be +1 DK. It does fit the mold of what I'm thinking of for Secret here. It's just they need... yeah, like you're saying, they need a little bit of front line. They need someone that can just kind of go in. And because the Lina is going to provide the damage, right? And even the Lycan as well. So it's not like you're worried about that. You've got plenty of building damage. You've got Roshan taking. You can kill people in team fights. So you can be a little bit less damage heavy on whatever this last hero is going to end up being.
What do you want to see? I kind of want to see like a gyrocopter or something on Talon. Just for fun, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Cogs plus Gyro isn't that bad. Then you would need to put Dawn position 4, and then an offlane. I don't know, man. I'm just.
Like
I'm
Lone
grasping
Druid.
straws.
Hey!
Primal Beast!
Let's
Let's
go!
go! All right, the memes are out, boys.
What?
Okay.
Who is playing what?
This has to be a support Primal Beast. I feel like I'm not saying it has to. Like
A
I
full
feel like
Primal
it.
Beast.
Yeah, a
so.
full Primal Beast.
Okay.
This is
I
where it would
think
be-
the Primal Beast's actually okay here. There's not a whole lot of, at least in the, there's not that many slows and stuns, right, to kind of deal with him.
Yeah.
So.
I want to see the Ag Shard. I want to see the Aghanim
Yep.
Scepter. I want to be playing Ag's Labyrinth again. This will be good.
I think the Scepter actually will be relatively good because you're going to get a lot of stacks from the Lycan summons almost all the time. The Lina's going to be constantly hitting you, so you're actually going to be able to build max stacks a decent amount of time, and there's going to be, again, playing Ag's Labyrinth for Team Secret to see if they can play
You
around
guys
it.
holding out on the copium for
Pass it down the line, boys, and see how it goes. What does Team Secret need, though? You guys said tanky frontliner to kind of start the fights for them once Lycan doesn't have that shapeshift. Dragonite was one of the bans out. Do we see something along the lines of like Chaos Knight?
Not tanky enough. Tide's banned, Timber's banned, DK's banned.
Axe,
Bristle's banned.
Centaur?
Axe? Nah, I feel like you're a little bit too immobile.
Underlord. No? Weaver.
Not
Totally
a tanky
different.
frontliner.
Not a
all
tanky
right,
hero.
let's-
The opposite
let's
to
go.
what you guys said.
All right, now who's playing what? Savage
Yeah.
Stormbreaker, Makoto Invoker, KP Primal Beast,
Oh,
Oh, it's a
Pos
pause
for
for
Quap?
Quap?
It has to be. Okay, Q Quap makes sense,
Q
right?
Quap and Hive
so it's a
Bomber.
5 Sven. Rezo's playing Lycan. Chrysalis is going to be taking on the Weaver. And
there's
Midlina.
nothing that surprising from the way that Secret are playing this.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, the Weaver I think is mostly just to not die in the safe
Not
lane,
get Primal
right?
Beasted.
Yeah, you're not going to get trampled all over.
True. How are we feeling about the Sven being the 5 up against the Queen of Pain and the Primal Beast lane? We've talked about the fact the Primal Beast needs to be one of those lane dominators. He just gets off to an early start, rotate early on. How are you feeling about this for Talon? Obviously, they're kind of just playing for pride right now. More so trying to screw up what Team Secret want to try and do. If they get the 1-1 here, that forces Team Secret into some tiebreakers. How are you feeling about this, boys? We've got some spicy stuff going on.
I think they can win that bottom. I think they can win their off lane, but what really matters is whether they win those side lanes and then get to use that to go and affect mid. Because mid is already looking like on paper just going to be, Makoto's going to be behind, but they do have those ganking tools that we were talking about. So it's not even enough to win your own lane. They need somebody to win their lane so that they can then go and help mid.
Yeah, they got 2 heroes that want to go in first. You got the Starbreaker, Solar Guardian coming in with the Starbreaker to enable both the Invoker and the Queen of Pain. I think it's doable for Talon, but Secret, they're just on another level.
All right, seems like we're going to try and disconnect the copium from the boys here on the desk and see whether or not Talon gets themselves the 1-1 here, or whether or not Secret secures the 2 and 0s. The lovely voices once again for the cast. It's going to be Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you so much, you wonderful people out there. Oh my God, so good to see their faces. Hear them talking about beautiful, intelligent things, Trent.
Yes.
Like techies and Queen of
Yes.
Pain support, which apparently is the thing in this game.
all Dota related things, and I'll let y'all know we do have a pause, so let me educate you. The European house spider, also known as the giant house spider, is often found in a bathtub or sink, where they often fall while searching for a meal or a mate. They're nocturnal, which is why when I'm up casting at 2 in the morning, they're running by my feet, and they are startlingly large. Because when I went to go deal with the dude, he had like a 2-centimeter body. Like the body was like this big, and it was so big that when it was running, it like lurched. It was like a monster. It's not just like a spider. It was like, and so I went to go deal with said spider, which, you know, was in the last game if you guys weren't here for that, when he startled me. And I go to my garage, and there was another one. I thought it was the same spider.
You're surrounded.
I came back to my office, and then this one was still here. So they're harmless, but like, oh, they're so big.
Only
anyway,
your pride is harmed.
only my pride was hurt. There's no spiders in this game. There's no broodmothers yet. I saw
That would
Fnatic
have been the
picked it up.
perfect transition. Wait, did they?
Yeah, Jabs played it, I believe. I
Okay.
think they lost, but yeah, there is a primal beast, however, which is pretty much the terms that I would use to describe the size of this spider. So there's the transition. Nailed it. And I'm hoping that we're going to see a little bit of a better time for the primal beast today, because so far it hasn't looked great for our casts, at least.
No, it's been a little bit of a rough one for the old Primal Beast. Although there are moments where, it feels like it can be strong, right? It's really solid for, that super hard lockdown. I think Rubik is going to be an interesting answer for it, too, because it's sort of, in the same vein as, like, stealing CM ulti, stealing that the ulti from Primal Beast. And then you just sort of grab them with your little Rubik hands and,
But there's
crash
not a
them on the
Rubik here.
ground. You're right, there isn't. But in this game, we can imagine.
Okay.
Also, Makoto Invoker, this dude, the
Yeah,
game
true.
that they won, that looked really solid for him. So I'm hoping that we can see some solid stuff put together. The Quap was a little bit switching it for a loop and keeping the draft so open. I am a little surprised that they just went back for the Dawnbreaker position 1 again. But it's whatever, 23 Savage apparently likes the hero. Seems good.
I've done the research here, and I believe he is still 0-3 according to my stats here.
Yeah.
The old Primal Beast, that is. He has not managed to win himself a game quite yet.
That sucks. That's too bad.
Let me check the tier 2 seed. At least in this tournament, he hasn't won a game. Let me check tier 2. Maybe he's won a tier 2
Okay.
game here.
I
Primal Beast. Scroll down.
Okay.
No dubs by the looks of it here.
I think that it's the type of hero that feels like it should be really good, but then when you try and put all those spells together, maybe this just need to be buffed a little bit more. Or maybe people aren't playing it right. I feel like that happens a lot too. Where it's it takes a little bit of time for that info to percolate and disseminate across regions. Then people finally figure it out, and it's like, this hero's so broken. You were supposed to max Q the whole time.
No, that actually does happen sometimes. You're not wrong.
Dude, 380 damage on Onslaught. So we do have a little bit of information for all you fine folks. There is an issue
giant
going
spider?
on. There's a giant spider currently hounding Talon, and that's why they lost the game number 1. So we're going to go to a quick break, and when we get back, they will continue on with the action. So see y'all in just a few. And welcome back, you lovely humans. We are into the game. The spider has been killed. And apparently, just like it
Relocated.
Relocated.
We
There
don't
you
kill
go.
spiders. Thank
True. Just like at ESL One Stockholm, a fire alarm went off, and they had to get out and then get back into the thing. So I don't know what the heck is going on at these events, but yeah.
The admins did check out the situation. It was not just Team Secret pressing the button to research Primal Beast.
Okay.
They've been cleared of wrongdoing, so we
I
will
like
continue
this.
the game now.
Perfect. Love that. So 2 bounty runes apiece as everybody heads out to their respective lanes. This is the type of match that I've been waiting for, Trent. You know, we got all these tryhards. They're playing the same thing that we saw last patch. We got something different this time. We got Primal Beast. We got Quap support. We got Dawnbreaker still. I mean, that's not super interesting, but whatever. Techies is here. A bunch of cool things.
Yeah, and this match still matters for Team Secret. They need to win this if they want to absolutely guarantee uppers. Right now, there's like tiebreaker scenarios between them, Entity, and Aster, and then there's a series between Aster and Entity that matters. And, you know, just like... Oh, wait, actually, maybe it does already guarantee. Maybe I wasn't listening to the panel. But anyway...
Perfect.
It's
Love
still
that.
important to win these games.
That's right. If
I think
nothing
I'm gonna
else,
do
the
some quick math
motivation.
here. If they win this one... Yeah, no, they could still be a 3-way tie. I'm not crazy. Okay,
That's
good.
right.
So yes, win this Team Secret to guarantee uppers. That would be great. And yeah, and you see the techies too. And some people are like, "Oh, Secret are just trolling." But you know, if you don't know, because maybe some of you have been keeping an eye on it, you see this Zayats guy in that big, you know, Dota Plus level at the top. This guy loves techies. He's the original techies player in the pro scene back in the day. He paved the way for your other, you know, XingQ techies and whatnot.
That's right.
This guy was the OG.
Zayats was reported so XingQ could fly and win majors.
That's so true.
This is and the thing about it that's so interesting is resolution. They go on him. Level 2, not often that's the strong point for the quad, but blinks in, gets the Shadow Strike, and first blood, 23 Savage. A much better start for Talon here.
Yeah, really interesting too with the techies is like typically you used to just abuse the blast off to like secure the range creeps and everything and have these denies, but now without the ability to self deny and the fact that it's into a queen and a Dawnbreaker, it's not easy to just like get in and get out with like the blast on the wave and run away. So having to start level 1 with a sticky bomb, I don't think feels that great.
Right, did end up getting buffed a little bit. We're still talking about techies, even though we're taking a look down here. But 3 seconds on that slow. As you see KP already throw out the uproar, trying to keep Puppy back. And Hyde will not manage to get this pull off, it looks like. But yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things to watch for in this. How this is going to end up playing out here.
Wait, what? Minefield Sign does something now? This is what
Yes.
happens when you have children and you don't have time to read the patch notes in between
Right.
your casts in the middle of the night.
So basically, any mines that are within the sign, they're invulnerable. But that doesn't mean necessarily that they are going to not be seen. So you can still see them. You just can't deal with them.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Can I kill the sign?
No, I don't think so. I think the sign is just there.
Huh. All right. So it's literally like just don't go here. That is what it is now.
It's a minefield sign, man.
Yeah, it's like it's doing the real thing.
Trent,
All right,
don't look
interesting,
now.
Interesting.
But Makoto is getting a little bit worked in the mid lane.
I will not look. Got it. All right, let's go bottom. Great idea. I like this. Yeah, we have Puppy playing the 5 Sven, so something that people have been looking towards more and more. The sports Sven been more so in the position 4 role as you want to build towards that shard, but with a ranged carry, you can see how you can make this work. Warcry is always going to be pretty valuable. It's not necessarily the best game for it this time, though. You know, like the movement speed's great, but the armor, not really amazing.
No.
As Q, ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, we saw there a second ago, too. He tried to blink away from the mines, but once they're on you, those things don't step away. So a little bit scary as 23 Savage throws some more action Rezo's way. Already has the Soul Ring done on the Dawnbreaker along with the Bracer. So a lot of physical damage if you get a bit too close. And you can see this is why you pick this hero.
Yeah.
Apparently why they keep picking this hero.
But top of the board right now, it's KP.
Let's go.
He's doing it. 2 points in trample, just bodying these waves.
No Dota
I
Plus
mean,
levels.
he just plays it by feel, you know?
natural.
Doesn't need him. It's all natural, baby. Gets the Hellbear?
Ooh,
Wow, what a legend.
big plays.
Well, this is already vastly different. The only time we got to see it was versus an Undying in lane. This is a late pick Primal Beast. This is where the hero should be shining, as Zayats gets smacked on down there by Q and 23 Savage.
Very
But
dangerous.
yeah, they don't have a great support versus him. It's a melee Sven. He can't do anything. The damage output from Weaver can't really handle it right now. Nisha, that's a problem.
Couldn't get the cold snap off. Pops it, though. The turn is there. Has the blast off. Gets the invis in time, though. And that's enough to make sure that he doesn't go down. Zayat still hanging
I'm
around.
just watching patiently. I'm like, is there a play here? Like, I mean, probably puts down the sentry.
Q moves in. They have to dodge away from that little mine. Hide. I mean, 6 heroes mid. This definitely is going to favor 23 Savage up top, who now is able to like solo zone the Lycan out of this area for a moment.
Yeah, they're a little bit early for the old 6-minute runes here, but Hyde will stick around with the cogs and the battery assault. Not much Puppy can really do about that situation, so gonna have to hope that it's a top rune for Nisha.
Yeah, very difficult to come on in there and contest onto Hyde. And I mean, actually, he could maybe move on in and try and do some action, but nope, it is going to be a bottom, and that is a haste picked up.
Well, at the very least, it's not very easy for Hyde to go bottom and get a kill on Chrysalis. So this haste rune probably won't amount to too much. His KP just pops the trample there. Well, then again, if you can lower him down and force a Shikuchi, but he's still level 3, so the cooldown's not so bad.
Oh,
Oh,
they got him, though, in the cogs. Yo, that was big. Doesn't have it again for a little bit here. Needs to run him down. Doesn't have another onslaught, though. But that was a nice little move. Came very close to messing up Chrysalis there.
Yeah, if he had trample, that would have been actually kind of ridiculous. But unfortunately, with still cooldown when he tried to weaken him up now. Rezo jumped on up top there. Not enough damage, though.
I can't go for any more. So,
See that,
bottom
that
lane.
mine is very sticky.
Trample. Puppy gets caught, gets killed. And yeah, you can see if you are left alone, obviously Sven really good with the stun, but once it's used, there is no salvage from KP, who has phase boots done now and already level 6. Pulverize is good to go.
Okay, so for, more units traveled, more speed, quality trampling. All right, so let's see. If he pulverizes, we need to figure out, like, the max damage of this, huh? All right, well, let's see.
Didn't
not
bait
enough
out the
yet.
time lapse. Didn't have mana for it, actually. But KP is going to have it again. Doesn't have the mana yet, but we'll have stick charges.
His Soul Ring's coming out, too. So
Okay.
there is, Crystal has to be a little bit careful here. I'm sure he'll play the limit, and he'll be fine. Surely, obviously.
Right.
No one would
Meanwhile,
die
though,
to just being picked up and smacked into the ground a bunch.
Zayat's trying to get out of here, but with the cold snap, it's going to be more than enough to bring him down. Puppy comes on in, going to get caught by the cogs. Nisha has level 6 ready. LSA connects onto Q, does get caught, but not killed. So Hyde, the only one that's going to fall.
Yeah, I was hoping that Puppy's stun was on CD. Maybe he just wasn't sure about what had been spent or not, but seeing the LSA at least tried to go for the TP home. But hey, everyone else gets out. Another Ghost Walk save there for Makoto. Arcane Rune going to get denied. Very good.
Goes in, has Pulverize ready. Doesn't have the mana, though. Already used it. It's on cooldown. TP's out. And they don't have enough damage to punish the Primal Beast. Okay.
Now, meanwhile, though, 23 Savage, he has 72 last hits. He is humongous. So this is more, again, what they're looking for compared to last game. They had a terrible start. It was like a 5K lead very early on for Team Secret, and Nisha was absolutely dominating the mid lane on the Ember. Very different game plan on the Lina this time. He's got the freshly buffed Falcon Blade. Wants to up his potential in the earlier parts of this game. But then just thinking about going straight into that BKB for now. Not sure if he'll end up going bots maybe if the game picks up a little bit for his team, but wants to play it a little bit safer instead as Puppy just dies to the dagger between the towers.
Yeah, they got some pretty good damage onto him there. Now Nisha completely out of mana. Guts fully encapsulated there, and they secure another kill. So
Great ward.
6-1 start. And again, this is all before Dawnbreaker comes online. When you're left alone like this, you've got Soul Ring going, you've got the Ring of Bassi going.
KP,
Like,
he's doing the math.
maybe finds another. Pulverize out. Good damage in. And Zayat's just recovered and is dead again. Dude, they don't have the answers.
It's pretty nice. I like this. That was like, what, 700 HP he had? And that was basically all. He took 732 damage just from the Primal Beast. So Trample for 316, level 1 Onslaught for 80, and 336 from the ulti. So it's a lot of burst potential. It's kind of like a Tiny in some ways. But just the raw HP as well that he's got right now, right, on KP. Plus this farm potential of the Trample. You think about, like, if you're playing Tiny in this situation, you need to, like, Avatos, like a camp or something like that. This guy just tramples. 75 mana, the Soul Ring. He can really accelerate quickly.
Well, and you see that they're trying to go up top now. On to 23 Savage. Does have the glyph used and pressure put on. Rotation comes in from high. Doesn't have level 6 yet. Resolution still in this area. Well, the tower is falling, but they know that Hyde is here. Scan is going to connect. They find the clockwork. The cogs are down. Doesn't have a way to get out. So
Ooh, tough call here. What do you want to do as Talon? Like, do you bring KP?
looking like it. Rezo, they spot him. Realize that this is a dangerous spot to be in now. Can they go for more? Onslaughts in. Finds Puppy. And looks like that's going to be who they secure for the kill.
It's one of my favorite animations that I've ever seen,
really
by the
good.
way. Just like
Yeah, it's
bashing their skull into the ground.
Sometimes you got to do it. Don't take that out of context, people, please. I'm not a violent person, I
please.
promise. Well, Q does have the urn done. This is looking amazing right now for Talon.
And now a smoke up with the level 6 on Hyde. So immediately into it with that hook shot, Sonic Wave combo. Makoto, though, no urn. Because as you said, Q has this. That's kind of interesting. He's rushing the Witchblade instead.
And they just jump in and they find and kill off Nisha. Dude, they're slaying. Slay all day. They're taking another one. Puppy, you're in trouble, buddy. Gets pulled back in with the Pulverize. He's going down. And another mounting pressure onto the tier 1 tower mid. We'll see if they stick it out here, but this is a 3K gold lead, 2-10.
I can't remember what other team was doing this, but this I love the no urn Quaswex Invoker. I think
Right.
it's so good. Like when you're just like playing with your teammates and you rely on them to do it, because obviously it's an incredibly good combo with Cold Snap. There's a good reason why everyone wants it. But if you can put that gold on someone else and go for this Witchblade instead and just still get all that value, like that's insane.
True. Yeah, and can like really start scaling into this like crazy damage dealer in the mid game. Puppy burning down. Couple hits. Chrysalis thinking about going for it. Sonic Wave, no, he missed. Oh, and Puppy, he thinks he's gonna live through it. Looks like he will. Has the Tranquils coming off cooldown again in a sec.
Okay, 11 HP. Yeah, not even close, he says. Neutral items strike again, by the way. +5 all attributes, just saying. You know, this is why it's hard to be a spellcaster these days, guys.
It's true.
Free HP.
It's
Buff
kind of
Dagon.
insane. Yes.
That's
all agree on that.
inflation. It's health inflation, and we have an
Yeah.
adjust in Dagon for it. And you
I
know,
like it.
that's
a good
just
point.
that's the real world, all right?
23 Savage has this Deso done. Everybody that gets caught here is just going to die. Yep, there you go. There's one. Although now 23 Savage pulling the Arteezy does go down to the low ground now. Does it connect? No. Can't quite find him. The Solar Guardian would have been sick, but didn't end up happening.
Oops. Well, DC there as well from Rezo. As at the same time in the mid lane, we saw a stun come up from Puppy, pushing KP back off of Nisha after a pulverize, I believe, came out on the Puppy. All right, go. He's ready to rock.
Perfect, perfect. Talon. I mean, as much as this has been, I'm sure, a very frustrating group stage for them, it's got to feel good to come on in at this, late juncture and have sort of an off-the-wall draft that ends up working really well for them.
That's what you need, right? Oh, the charge through. Again, nice. Got it off first, though. As long as you release before the stun, you're not going to get stopped.
Bang, bang. You know, they might not be able to make it through the playoffs, but they are going to, if this continues, potentially play spoiler to secret.
Yeah, maybe they put them in the tiebreakers. Maybe they lose the tiebreakers. Maybe Rezo never reconnects to the game again. You know?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not another alarm. That would be unfortunate.
True.
But all right, where does this game go for Secret? Let's see what's happening. They've got 3 kills. Obviously, the game's gotten a little bit chaotic, so let's use this pause time wisely to talk about game plans. So we're not just talking about every single little kill that happens this entire time. Chrysalis is trying to farm it up in the bottom lane. He also has that Falcon Blade, similar to Nisha, so both of them trying to abuse the little bit of a bonus that it got. But they need to be a bit careful about just not falling too far behind right now, not losing all their towers, because Talon are just trying to run them over. They want to take away all this farming space, and Chrysalis is trying to stall it a little bit. He wants Maelstrom, he wants BKB. Nisha wants BKB and then a damage item, like the Shadow Blade or something. And Zayat's really struggling to get into this game as well in the techies, because he didn't win his lane.
It's tough when that happens. Good chunk of damage, though, and turns it onto Makoto. Almost enough for the kill, but not quite. They walk together into the stun. Nisha ends up dying. Makoto hoping to escape, but there is no escape from the Weaver. Much like the spiders that haunt Trent's garage.
That's
Weaver
right.
is going to hunt you down. KP, he turned on him. Pops it, uproar, runs out. Puppy TP's away, and Hyde, the one left behind.
He wants it.
He's done. Chase, turn, Puppy in trouble. Onslaught runs through all of them. And Q comes on in, getting a mega kill streak on this position 4 Quap.
And that was the kill on Makoto as well, though, was a streak kill for Chrysalis as well. So important for the game he's having. Maelstrom's now done, and that's going to send him on his way towards that BKB. And very good BKB game when you look at Talon's heroes. Like, he is going to be looking pretty free when that BKB is out. Like, sure, there's going to be like the Sonic Wave and like the hook shots and stuff, and that is a little bit scary for the bug. But overall, I feel like he should be getting off some good time lapses once that's done.
Right. Yeah, that's the dream at the very least. If you can make that happen. Do have the shard that's coming out now for the techies too. So we'll have the stun on the blast off.
I feel like this shard was one of the ones that had the best change when we went low, or 15 minutes.
Ulti in. Puppy dead, finding more. They get him. Pulverized, done. Zayats can't stop it. The Sonic Wave interrupts the blast off.
Nice. You can understand why he did that too, though, because if he gets in there and stops that, then he gets the time lapse off, and then maybe Chrysalis has a second chance in that fight.
That would have been clutch. But instead, Talon again
On
make
a ward.
a super solid move. The Onslaught pushes through 1-2. Kind of puts Nisha in a safer position, but Resolution, he's the one that's left behind.
Man, this vision from Hyde, by the way.
the
He's like
hell?
running around this whole game.
23 Savage is crazy. He goes in, it just blows up Nisha. Holy moly.
That's a Deso stack right there. That's what that is.
Dude, I don't know if they really can go for this anymore. They
Buy
buy
back?
back now on Nisha. All right, they're pissed, but I don't know if this is going to work. They find Hyde, but is that even worth it?
Ooh. The Sunstrike misses on the Science.
Oh, the Onslaught getting away from the stun. It chased him the whole way down. Doesn't matter. KP's out.
Oh, look at Zayats under this ward. Come on, Q. You know you want it. Oh, he's going to salve. He's going to let him go. But yeah, the wards this game, like so much of this, the kills onto Nisha over and over again have just been forward vision placed there by Hyde. And this one of these things you can do on Clockwork. You just like run around, right? Like you're a very difficult hero to deal with. Career kill, though. That's going to let Makoto know, though. And that was not his BKB. Still a recipe, so it's fine.
Chrysalis, can he do anything to stop this here? Turns onto Makoto, but Solar Guardian in. Chrysalis tries to run. They know he's off to the side. They'll get Puppy in the end. Another Deso charge. And KP hoping to hunt. Chrysalis hoping to escape. Sakuchi away, but will manage to get out of there.
9K lead now. 21-6, picking up kills everywhere, picking up farm everywhere, too. KP, I gotta say, like, with the strong start he had in terms of the laning stage, he's really just kept that pressure up, like playing mostly on secret side of the map, denying out spaces of farm, and You can see the effort here to try and deward some of this vision, though. Rezo just utilizing his whole army to try and force back some of these heroes and these wards getting taken down here. KP has that fresh BKB, though, so this is very bold walking up to the high ground.
Yeah, not afraid at all.
Field Observer Sentry combo here.
23 Savage finds Puppey. Trying to take the bug off of him. Hook shot. Cogs didn't get the pushback on Anisha. But KP, he's in trouble now. Laguna Blade, BKB comes out late. The punches coming through. Sonic Wave. Will it be enough to take down Rezo? It is, but on the other side, KP still getting some distance. Chrysalis is there, wants to walk high ground. No, he goes through, and he would have had the kill. Oh, that's frustrating. Puppey
He who hesitates
behind
is
the tier
lost.
2. True. Damn, dude. They're slaying.
And that was with the entirety of KP being used on Zayats as well. Like, again, just ruining his game. Zayats just not having a time. Like, he has been pretty absent this entire match. You're playing into a Dawnbreaker 1, which is one of the hardest lanes to play versus just as a hero itself, in combination with the Queen of Pain. Now they kill Nisha again.
Damn.
3, 5, and 2. They are pissed after last game. They're like, man, that was not fun. This Ember got out of control. Let's just stop him much earlier this time.
Exactly. That's what they're doing.
23 Savage is stacking and farming their Ancients.
Yeah, that's good. You like to see that. The thing that I think is also interesting about this, right, is we talked about Zayats and the fact that this is sort of the original techies specialist, the man that made it all happen. But as we have heard many times from Slacks, this is not the same hero. This hero is very different now. And I kind of feel like so much of Zayat's power back then was like his ability to control the map. And that's not what this new techies does.
No, New Techies is just like a giant damage nuke and a lane winner, typically. That's how I see the hero, at least. So I think when you lose your lane, it's a rough one. You know, you can get a little bit of control just with the mines, you know. I think you have to help a little bit with vision and stuff, but clearly not to the same level that the hero was used to before. And now 23 Savage with this age is going to feel very confident jumping into these fights. Great hook shot.
Finds
Oh, no.
Rezo. Oh, on the outside, but the Pulverize is there. And that is more than enough. KP. 6-0-8. This is how you got to play the Primal Beast, ladies and gents.
You'd think with those big arms, he could reach just like a little bit further, you know? It's not like he's got like the T-Rex arms there.
Oh, that's true. He is a weird-shaped body. Gotta be said.
Wow. That's just rude.
I know, I'm sorry. I mean, KP? So flings his weird-shaped body through them all. And the Sonic Wave onto 3. Solar Guardian, Sunstrike, bang, bang. Finds him one time. Why not? Looks for more. Gets the bash. Finds the kill onto Zayats. And, well, the lead continues to grow. Secret, we're not ready for this. And again, this isn't like a meme game for them. They need this. This is securing upper bracket.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to deal with tiebreakers. You gonna deal with tiebreakers, you know?
Actually, explicitly, this is the definition of not securing upper bracket, as we'll see the replay. Talon, just indomitable.
You can see some of the issues with the Primal Beast. That like KP was gonna charge on Anisha, but then the BKB comes out, then you're still committed, so he's like charge way off, and then he's just chasing the rest of the fight. But it's okay, because 23 Savage, he hit the back up there, gets in. That's got to be a maxed out Deso by now, and yeah, indeed it is. So Basher hitting, fully charged. Has that Aegis still. Absolutely no fear. And
dude, what are you doing? He's so bold. No! Finds Nisha, finds Zayats. Will it be enough? It doesn't quite look like it, but maybe now. Okay, Aegis down. Rezo right on top of him. KP has the Pulverize ready. Waiting for 23 Savage to come back up. Hyde, he hit that hook shot on his carry. You can't take that away from him.
Where's that courier with the Blink Dagger? It's coming.
Moving. Haunted. Hello again, Puppey. Oh my god. Dude, that Luminosity crit, that was big.
You know, 948 damage. Why is that a lot? To just smack onto someone in a millisecond there?
Dude, he's got an AC coming too. I mean, particularly because it's against a Sven, right? Like obviously Sven support, but this is a sad Sven. Homie
Yeah,
still
even
has a
with the
headdress.
shard, that's actually kind of crazy. The ice is in, the stun, the big deeps.
Oh, well, we knew that was coming. It had to.
He still got it.
Resolution. Burnin, not dying. Maybe with the flare. No, they don't have enough. And now they're in too far, and Makoto getting punched. Gets the TP away, though. 9-31. Wild game.
All right. Okay, so last time Talon was up, a very similar sort of lead versus Alliance. They kind of struggled a bit to close it out, particularly going high ground with 23 Savage. He got a little bit too close several times. He ended up dying over and over. And so, yeah, you know, dying right in that tier 2. Now, that is the power of techies these days. Again, it's this nuking, right? Like, we've seen the Thompson build, of course, like running mid, getting the E-Blade and stuff. You can do something like 2,000 damage at like level like 12 or something with an E-Blade. It's pretty absurd. So you can see that in combination with Alina from the support role as the techies, that you can still output a crazy amount of burst at a decent range. So, speaking of which, though, Alina hook shot now into the grab. Oh, she was just mid drift. You know, she's sliding by on that little mana burn from the cogs. The KP just squishes her. Like,
Dude.
I definitely didn't squish those spiders.
No, definitely not. They go for more. Sunstrike will connect. Resolution forced to pop the BKB. Would have loved to be able to hang on to it, but it won't happen for him. And Talon, they will not be denied. Creep wave coming in. They got Forged Spirits. They got a Deso. It is time to party. Buildings about to fall.
Oh, he's in.
Oh, got him. Yo, the freaking Starbreaker blink is so sick.
The first game, professional LAN win for Primal Beast, unless someone else in the round won before him. I'll keep refreshing. KP might be able to get himself a nice little stat here, little record. The first player to do it.
What you love to see. Smoke up now. Secret on the back foot. I mean, they're not completely out of it, but it is very difficult to see them make a comeback happen at this stage. 98%. Nisha jumps forward. KP interrupts. Gets him. Nisha in trouble now. Do they have enough follow-up damage? Pops the BKB, runs away. Q still living. Oh, and the big jump through. 23 Savage right on top of Resolution. Brings him down. KP finding Zayats. Looking for more. He also is going to die. And we'll call off the onslaught as the bugs come out, but big old swap for the stun. 23 Savage. They don't manage to get him in the Q kill. It was Laguna Blade used, but still.
Do you know what's insane? I'm about to blow your mind. That was his first death.
What? Oh my god.
On support Queen of Pain. I was literally about to start praising him, so that makes sense. It was a unspoken caster curse, but
oh, right.
I believe that Q and Hyde have just done incredible this game. Like, the wards, the vision, the hook shots every single time they've needed it. Like, catching the BKB comes out to protect them from KP, and he immediately gets in there to stop their escape in those moments with that hook shot and then cogs. Like, and in combination, like catching Rezo, he's initiated so many of these fights between his flares, his wards, and his hook shots. And then Q has just been, it's not like he's been lurking in the backline either. He's actively taking a lot of damage to these engagements and managing to just sneak away a little bit there. And it's such a hard role to play as a support Queen of Pain. That for this to be his first death is actually ridiculous.
You know, Trent, I want to sort of keep updated with all the things that are happening. And I'm looking at the other situations. Given where we're currently at, we are on the way to that tiebreaker scenario that everybody talked about. Because Entity is close to 2-0ing Aster. We're still in this game where Secret would go up 1 as well. And we would have that 3-way tiebreaker potentially. Got to keep our eyes on it, but unless Secret can pull this back, it is going to come down to the wire here.
3-way tiebreaker for upper bracket. Uh-oh. All right, well, you know, they still have their what, 2 lanes? It's doable.
Move in, Puppy. He's gone. KP, they're chasing. Everybody's into trouble, and Hyde from downtown finds the catch. 23 Savage, the big old punch, and Q comes in for the Sonic Wave finish. Techies is gone. Resolution and Chrysalis, the last 2 standing. They take down the Dawnbreaker, but can they take down anybody else? KP, he's just trying to run away. They got bugs on him. Chrysalis chased. Q coming in, trying to clean up. The tornado lifts up onto both Makoto from up on the high ground, but there is no extra mana. Wait, he's chasing. Dude, Makoto, you're crazy. Get out of there.
All right, relax. He still has BKB, so, you know, he's feeling that confidence. Considering a Scythe next. Man, Scythe is actually putting out so much damage, though, in such a small window. Like, he did as much damage as the Weaver did in that fight, and it was just all in an instant. You can see the fear of coming high ground, and again, you know, it's 23 Savage. He's the one who's been struggling a little bit, though.
That's the danger. Man, I can't
LS8
believe
into a blast off.
you were talking about Q and how good like he's been, and I'm just seeing it here, right? Like he's so freaking farmed. He's almost
Yeah, it's
ahead
actually-
of Nisha.
It's pretty ridiculous, this match.
Dude, why didn't they pick this earlier? Like, why didn't we see this from Talon earlier in the tournament? What the hell's happening?
There's some special stuff here, I think. I mean, number one, I do think that because they're a Dawnbreaker team, they can make this happen. Because I think it's really important that you obviously make the lane very strong for this
Right.
campaign support to work.
Okay.
And then you also need a lot of other stuff, like this idea of using the urn with the Invoker. Like, she essentially is like the Invoker's little helper. And so she gets involved in the kills. It's the Invoker's getting more damage than usual because he gets to rush the Wishblade instead of having to go for the urn, and so you're just like working in tandem with that. Plus, you need an offlaner that also wants to just fight the whole time and has a great lane to start. So like the stars all fully aligned for this to work.
Poor puppy. And the stars continue to align as they will find another quick pick. Unfortunately for Talon, no immediate Roche spawn, but it might actually end up working out better for them because they immediately smoke and are going to try and find people across the map. They spot Nisha. Hide, he's ready.
Oh, Heen,
Get
go pull the
out of
fire
there.
alarm.
Nisha,
Heen, quick, run.
the fire alarm. They need it stat. It won't happen, though. Nisha's going down. Holy moly.
You know, we praise the turnaround from Talon. A lot of that coming down to just shutting down Nisha. You know, just completely different game from him. A totally different role. He was kind of like a hard carry in this sense, but then they also have a Weaver as well. So you have like this double long-range right-click they were looking to play around between with the Sven 5, like getting in first. Like this was going to be a hard draft to make work, I think, from Secret if your lanes went this poorly. And Rezo will escape though. KP not able to blink grab in time. That was close.
That was very close. I mean, they're doing about as good of a job as you could hope for on Secret to just keep these lanes pushed out. And if you look at a lot of those recent deaths, like you're talking about, it's Puppy. He is 0-14. Dude, what if this is the max play? What if he is going to go for the Malk Award?
And
you
secure
imagine?
upper bracket all at once.
No, that would be legendary.
He needs
The
a few more
maximum.
accolades, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't have enough on this guy.
Oh, Zayat? Not big enough. Oh,
How did
and
he not
couldn't
get that?
it. That was close.
I actually thought he was getting Roche for sure. That was so much damage.
Wasn't quite enough. Damn,
A
dude.
little unfortunate there. Does have a
almost.
buyback, though. Also just
Okay.
going to be back in 30 seconds anyway, so not a big deal.
They are going to have Boots of Bearing for Sven, which could be kind of nice with all the summons that Rezo's got. He's trying to get into the AC. Match the timing that Dawnbreaker has is down bottom.
Nice.
They find and kill Chrysalis. Well played
The
by
scythe
Talon.
reveal. Yeah, he's working on that for a while, and then gets the Roche right into the scythe as well, and the quick pick, though. So that's your one. But, I mean, Chrysalis kind of has to keep playing this game, unfortunately, where he continuously pushes out these side lanes. So going to be a very frustrating match for him, I'm sure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
11-44. And they roll on in. I thought they might be going in there. Talon did, but doesn't look like they're going to go for the full combo. Instead, trying to pick the more safe route, have that Aegis ready. Nisha.
He thought about it. He canceled. Blast off. Oh, he's jetpacking.
Oh, they hit him. Dude, he blasts off. Finds him. KP's already popped the BKB. Couldn't get it onto Nisha, but they already bring down 3, and the buybacks come in mass. Talon, they back away.
How about that four-staff angle from Hyde? Like the
That was
up
really
the
good.
cliff, push down to the other side of the tree. That could not have been any better as Rezo just has to go on the run here with the BKB. Hobbling away is the ancient frostbitten golem of the time warp aura.
Yeah.
Look at him hobble. That's what the spider looked like when it was running around my house. That kind of
Sounds
hobble,
strange.
you know, very monstrous.
Speaking of hobbling. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, never mind. Hyde is dead, but Puppy 2, Makoto, BKB walks away. Chrysalis wants to clean up. He cannot afford to die here on the Weaver. They chase him down. No,
run.
quite getting range, but with 3 already dead, GG is called. They're done. Secret's had enough, and with that, Talon secure the 1-1 against one of the top teams. Holy moly, they did it.
It's bittersweet. It's a Pyrrhic victory, as it were. You know, they got the win, but unfortunately, it won't send them any further here in the tournament. But hey, you know, it's that time of the year. TI's coming up, so everyone's trying to get ready for between if you're at TI or if you're at the qualifiers. It's all very important. It's all a fresh patch, so getting a win here definitely a big confidence boost for Talon for sure.
Yeah, and I think that you can take that momentum, maybe take some of these ideas, pull it into your sort of contemplation of how you want to make the rest of it work. And for Secret, I think this is sort of maybe a little bit of a humility check. I don't want to go into the details of what necessarily has happened in the other streams. We'll let the panel break down all the action and implications from that. I guess for you, is there anything that really like stood out as like was Secret sort of? It seemed like it was a strange draft, but there were still a lot of the same pieces that work normally when we see it. What did you think of that?
It's a lot of their favorite heroes in some ways, right? Like, I mean, Puppy's on the Sven. That's not that unusual in terms of like the concepts that they typically do for him, right? With these like melee heroes to try and enable a lot of the ranged cores. And so Chrysalis Weaver, very normal. Nisha, Lina, totally normal concept and idea. They just got ran over in the lanes, and you can try a lot of ways to make a comeback in that, but Talon just kept squishing those little bugs in the side lane, keeping them from continuing down those pushes, kept the game very consistent. And I do think the stars did align. Like, I'm not saying this draft's going to work every single time, but it is a big boon to this concept and this idea of the Dawnbreaker overall for Talon. Like, because they proved again that the position one can work. It won its lane and was able to snowball and aid the other cores early in its fighting, playing that like Spectre-ish role where you can just like join in with the Solar Guardian. So, and enabling a traditionally weaker support of the Queen of Pain to really flourish in one of the best support Queen Pains that I've ever seen. Honestly, this goes right down there with like some of those Z-Freak games in the past. So, really impressive stuff from Q.
Well, very impressive indeed. We're going to head to a quick break, and when we get back, panel's going to break down all the action, as I said, implications from the rest of this series. But for now, Talon able to fight back after getting eliminated from moving on in the playoffs. Secret end the series 1-1.
This is first time me being coach, and I mean we made a quite good result so far. After I joined the team when there are Div 2, we made Div 1, and we made Major, and now we're here. We're still taking a lot of trial and error, but the thing is, just realize we don't really have a captain, and so far at this tournament we're trying to make Q, the player post 4, as a captain, and then he's gonna draft too. So I'm kind of looking forward to work with him